So far, we have promulgated publicly that our current cost estimate for the entire Gao Yizhao reclamation project, including reclamation costs, the cost for the key infrastructure and the transport infrastructure, will add up to around $580 billion in 2022 prices. Of course, first of all, I have to stress this is a very preliminary estimate because we are still doing our feasibility study. As regards this cost estimate, some in the community have raised doubts as to whether government can afford such a price. Actually, we have been stating publicly that we do not think that government has to finance all these $580 billion because we can have diversified financing modes. For example, there is a very common mode that government has used before in funding our strategic transport network, which is called build, operate and transfer. That is, we invite or through tender a particular corporation to invest into a road project, build it, operate it for some time, and then hand it back to government. And also we can raise bonds. For instance, we have been in discussion with the financial sector on this Gao Yizhao project. And the moment they heard that this project is also about carbon neutrality because it will be designed as a new generation of a new development area, they are very interested in the topic of green finance. That is, they believe that will be a good opportunity for government to raise green bonds and through that invite public participation in helping to finance the project. So we do hope that we can move towards a multi-mode financing package to finance this mega project. This Gao Yizhao project will be designed as a top-notch new generation of new town or new development area. It will have a lot of new concepts in the design. For example, when we are talking about our third central business district, it will be one which integrates work, live and play elements. So it is not just about prime grade A office. You also have cultural, you have entertainment elements in the business district itself or even in the same business complex. So this is something which is a rather new design concept, but one which is newly practiced also in some of the state-of-the-art business districts around the world. And we also emphasize that we have to design and plan this area as a carbon neutral area. So we will have a lot of emphasis on recycling of waste, on the use of district cooling system, on green transport. So this is another element I think our younger generation will attach a lot of importance to. And we also will design this area with a lot of what we call the blue and green features. Green is a lot of greenery, open space. We have higher standard of open space provision in this new development area. When we say blue, we mean the water channels, because that will be reclamation around different islands, and we are going to create 3 artificial islands. So we will have very wide water channels around the area. So that will be good area for water sports and a lot of recreation activities. And we will have 20 kilometers of harborfront promenade. And I think these are all the elements which our younger people treasure. The government will be planning these 2 mega growth areas at the same time. One is, of course, the northern metropolis in the new territories, and the other one is this Gao Yizhao artificial islands. We have a reason for that. Actually, back in October 2021, we have promulgated what we call the 2030 Plus Spatial Development Strategy. And that is a strategy which has done a forecast of the land demand and supply in Hong Kong over a 30-year period, all the way up to 2048, year 2048. And in that study, we have forecast that over this 30-year period, we will need some 6,000 hectares of land for housing, economic, and other community needs. So all sorts of land put together, the demand will be 6,000 hectares around this figure. So our responsibility as a government is to find sufficient supply to meet this demand. So in that report, we have also stated publicly that we have identified potential sources of supply adding up to 7,000 hectares, allowing us a small buffer in between. So this 7,000 hectares has included the Northern Metropolis and the Gaoyizhou artificial islands. So if we have stated publicly that we need the land to meet the demand, so it is also our duty to get the project rolled out. Of course, our challenge is to roll out the project in a way which has capacity in mind. Capacity in terms of funding and also capacity in terms of manpower. And we can manage by phasing the project. So as we take forward our detailed studies, we will try to propose a realistic timetable as to which year we do what. So while the two projects are taken forward almost at the same time, the way in which we plan the volume of work for each year, we do have some flexibility, and we will plan ahead wisely as we take forward the studies.